What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ronnie Pugs back again with some very exciting news today. So not too long ago I made a video talking about the upcoming Spider-Man 4 fan film, which obviously doesn't include Sam Raimi attached to the project. However, it turns out that Raimi could possibly be returning to direct another Spider-Man film, this time in the form of animation. In a recent interview with Deadline, longtime Spider-Man producer Avi Arad mentioned that he would love to see what former Spider-Man director Sam Raimi could bring to an animated Spider-Man film, and while it might just seem like Avi Arad wasn't too serious about the comment based off what I just said, he did add towards the end of the quote that he wants Raimi to call him if he ever sees this interview, which does make it seem like Avi was pretty serious when mentioning what he'd like to see Raimi bring to the animated side of Spider-Man films. As of right now, it's unknown what project Avi Arad would like to bring Raimi onto, but we can assume it is a future Into the Spider-Verse spin-off or sequel. I don't necessarily think that Miles needs to be the main character of the Into the Spider-Verse universe. I think that the first film paved the way for other Spider-Men to host their own film opposed to just Peter Parker. I think Into the Spider-Verse did a good job at establishing Miles as a Spider-Man for a feature film, but who's to say that we can't get a Spider-Man 2099 film for the direct Into the Spider-Verse sequel, or even Spider-Man Noir or one of the Peter Parkers that we've seen. Which is why if Avi wants Sam Raimi to direct a feature animated Spider-Man film, I think the logical choices would be for Sam to direct a film focusing on Jake Johnson's Peter Parker or Chris Pine's. Now I say Raimi should direct a film based on Jake Johnson's Peter Parker because there's still time to retcon the character into being an older version of Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. We don't know much about the character other than that he was at his lowest of the lows, and it would sort of pick up where the Raimi trilogy finished with Peter and MJ getting back together. Although it's safe to say they are married after Into the Spider-Verse, we could finally get the relationship staged between the two that we were supposed to see in Spider-Man 4. I also think Raimi directing a Spider-Man film based on Chris Pine's Peter Parker could work since that was the Spider-Man with all the Raimi references in the film. Maybe the blonde hair would have to be addressed, but my idea for a film based on Chris Pine's Peter Parker would be a story that eventually leads into his death that we saw in Spider-Verse. Sort of like the ending of Rogue One did with leading it straight into A New Hope. Let's say the film ends with Spider-Man finding out the location of the Collider scene in Spider-Verse. But if you guys want my honest opinion on what Sony should do if they decide to bring Sam Raimi back, just give us Spider-Man 4 properly ending the Raimi trilogy that played a big part in why comic book films are as big as they are today. Now this could be live action or animated, but looking at Sony's film slate, they currently have a separate Spider-Man universe within the MCU, the Venomverse, Morbius, Spider-Verse, and a planned Kraven movie that'll feature a Spider-Man that may or may not be played by Tom Holland. So with that, I see no reason why Sony can't let Raimi finish the series that he started. Sony currently has multiple Spider-Man franchises in the works, so there's no reason why the franchise that started it all can't return for one final film. So let me know what you guys think. What kind of Spider-Man film do you see Raimi returning to direct if he does end up accepting Avi Arad's offer? I'd be cool with any of them, but I hope it's an animated or live action version of Spider-Man 4. Also, would you rather see Raimi direct a film based on Chris Pine or Jake Johnson's Peter Parker? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, follow my social medias, and I will see you guys again in the next video.